Maximus Analysis here for July 27th, 2016, and we have another sideways day, FOMC report. Really not doing much, quite honestly. Looking for what's going to happen when they break last week's low of 2151. I think that they're going to come back to retrace this level and go from there. The level of the breakout, which is 2134. And they really haven't done much after such a huge move, actually, from the Brexit. So I think the move is just very extended, and I would not be buying anything at this level, and I think you could see why. Again, it could just come back and test this level. They come to 2130. They're going to get a lot of additional selling coming in, and then of course I think it's the 2100 or the 2080 area again. Yes, I know. Why the hell do I have to bring that name up again? I bring it up again because it's still relevant. So that's where we're going to look to see if they're going to layer above these highs, and we want to see more than just one bar in regards to coming down, and we'll take it from there. So this is the weekly chart of the ES, and you can see what I'm talking about. Again, we come into an hourly chart, and you can see how choppy and sideways it has been for all this time. I mean, this is pretty much getting back to the 14th, and it's been choppy sideways. I mean, this is 24 hours worth of action. You can see how much it is. And again, some people might say, oh, well, we're basing. Well, basing at this height? The basing is a bottoming type of talk, but like the base of the top. I'm like, has it gotten that bad? So again, don't be a pig and don't be a sheep. So again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the subscription people understand exactly what I'm talking about when I put out that letter. The NQ is continuing to run. Again, you had great, not great, I would say good stuff happening in regards to Apple, and we'll continue to watch where Apple closes. We don't want Apple to get anywhere close to that 100 level or 102 level, but matter of fact, it is at 102 level. I don't want it to get to that 100 or 99 level again on any pullbacks for tomorrow and excuse me, and Friday, and I'll show you why. So they gapped up at the top of the channel, which we've had drawn out for weeks now, and again, it's all about taking the better, taking the better type of pattern and a better type of trade. I prefer not to take the middle of the channel, but take at the top of the channel. So I want to see where this closes, and if it closes anywhere but close to 100, I will short it, because that will then give this a shooting star type of pattern. I know everybody's saying, oh, I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at a longer term chart. So what else do we need to look at in regards to we'll look at the YM just because we should. But again, I tell you, I don't tell anybody to follow Dow's 30 components that are easily manipulated. CL cracked the 43.12 area, and I have this 38 area as the bottom that it needs to. The bulls have to hold with reckless abandon. This is actually these levels that I gave on the newsletter, so I'm just giving some of this stuff out now. You also had gold. Again, gold to me is popping up, and this is not a good. This actually it's a bad print. I don't know why it looks like that, but the gold bugs, again, they want to hold this level, but I think they still might have a little bit more. I'd rather them come back to this 1300 level or 1287.5 level. So we had two big names that had earnings today. We had Facebook, and Facebook, I am watching again to see where we close, but you can see, let's do the same analysis here. Strong move up. Let's take this, put it right at the price level right here. That's 128. Now let's go back out to the daily and see kind of where we are. Wow, that'll be high, and the weekly would be very high. That puts it right above here. Reason why I've stayed away from Facebook is no matter if something's moving higher or not, I want to get the pattern I want. I don't want to just, anything can move higher, but if it's grinding and not making new highs, I'd rather just skip that, and that's the reason why I'm skipping this name in regards to the way it looks so far. I'd rather just get a better pattern and go from there. It's just something in regards to, I think, maturity and seeing what you need. GoPro, oh geez. Okay, so I looked at GoPro right at the close, and I saw it moving a lot. I thought it was going to pop up, and it hasn't. So it's right here at 1165. Let's look at the daily. Really not much. I mean, let's kind of scale this out. You know, it's been such a long time for this one that shoot, it really hasn't done anything when you really think about it. Let's look at the weekly, and you can see kind of, again, this is why, and also this is why we don't fall in love with stocks. There's somebody holding from 90 saying it's going to come back, or it's now turned into an investment. It could, but if you didn't have an investment in the beginning, then do not make a bad trade become an investment because you just refused to sell. They kept adding, pop, oh God, breakdown again, and now they're just saying, let me get my money back to basically the IPO low. I don't think that that's a smart way to trade, and I suggest no one doing that. But again, we see that we had those two names. But here's the kicker to me. You had Apple, and you had Apple break. That's a big candle. You had Facebook, which is going to be another big candle. And again, the shares are moving. It's just I'm showing you where it's going to open. So it's going to be a big candle right here. Look at the ES. ES is barely moved. With all this movement, you have not seen the ES move at all. And it's kind of throwing me off a little bit to say, okay, what else? What are they selling? Because if the ES is not moving and these quote unquote big names are breaking earnings, I mean, yes, NASDAQ did move, I get it, but ES hasn't done anything. So we'll see what happens Thursday and Friday, because if you look at the ES on the on the 15-minute, basically from 2 o'clock, you had this rip down, rip up, and I mean the open candle was what? No, matter of fact, let me break this down a little bit more. So we opened the 2 o'clock candle here, right? That's exactly, I mean, we're only what, 4 points above that? Since everything was supposed to be all good. I mean, again, it's still having the higher lows, but gosh, this is another annoying thing to have this go on and to have this go on. So we'll see what they break, but it's just, not only do you have this sideways pattern for just today, look at that chop. I mean, again, some people like, hindsight, this looks like, oh, such wonderful ping pong bullshit. It's a hard thing to trade in hindsight. Everything is easy to trade. So let's see where we go from here and see where we open up and where they're going to move, because again, we're not getting that much movement at all. Looking at this price pattern so far, look how sideways that is. So again, this is not the place I look to open a new long. Take care.